Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well wherever you are. It is a lovely day in Newcastle again. Oh, I'm loving these sunny cool days. Definitely better than the sunny hot days in my opinion. We are well into autumn. And because we're into autumn, I thought I'd do a little Halloween look. Something a bit more glam, but still kind of colourful and fun in me. So this is it here. So if you want to see how it goes, stay tuned now. Hey everyone, right, okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we are going to prime the skin. I'm using the Lisa Armstrong with Avon primer. It's called All About the Base. It's a dupe for the Bobbi Brown face base. It has a lovely lemony smell. It soaks in really well. It does feel quite rich when you first put it on, but my goodness, does it soak in quickly. And then I'm going to take Lisa's brow pencil in brown, and I'm just going to do my brows. This is a sharpenable brow pencil, but it does have a spoolie on the end, which is quite nice to diffuse it out. So it does look quite dark, but once I get the rest of my makeup on, it looks all right. And I will apologise in advance because the camera does go out of focus a few times throughout this video. I am, like I've said in other videos, trying out different kind of views from where I am on the camera to see how that works, and overall it's not too bad, but sometimes I do go out of focus. So anyway, yes, that's enough of that. Like I say, I'm doing my brows and I'm diffusing them, and it's a really lovely pencil. It's not too soft, but it's not too hard, and it's just got the right amount of pigmentation where it doesn't end up being too dark. Now, to tidy up my brows, I'm using one of my favourite concealers ever, and that's the Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in C2. They do these in so many shades, and they also have the Conceal and Hydrate concealers and foundations. And I really want to try them because I've got the foundation in this version, and it's a bit too matte for me. So if anybody has tried the Conceal and Hydrate foundation, can you let me know if it's worth it? Because I know it's in a pump instead of that giant wand. Anyway, I'm going to take this very old MAC paint pot in Soft Ochre just to prime my lids. And oh, what a surprise, I'm out of focus. And I'm just going to get that all over. I know that some people like to use brushes, but I love to use my fingers with this primer. I feel it warms up better. I feel it gets in any nooks and crannies. I even like doing it with P. Louise bases as well. Now, whilst that's on there, I thought I would prep my lips with some Lush Candy Cane lip scrub. If you guys haven't seen my other Lush videos, you'll know how much I love this. Look at my little fish. I'm like, yeah, that tastes good. And it does taste great. Right, anyway, back to my eyes. I am using my 8-year-old Sugarpill Pro palette. This is how it was when it first came out. And I'm taking the shade Flame Point on the inner corner. I'm kind of going for those traditional Halloween colours. So, and then I'm going to kind of marry that up with Poison Plum, which is one of my favourite purple colours ever. And whilst the purple and the orange don't necessarily meld well together initially, over the next couple of minutes, you'll see them kind of transform. So I'm just kind of going backwards and forwards, buffing between the two to make sure that they look okay together. And then I'm going to go into Alyssa's Edwards palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm going to take the white shade Headliner just to do me brow bones, so I've got something to buff into. And then I'm also going to take the shade Believe, and I'm just going to pack that on. I feel like I need more purple, because you know the purple that I have is not enough. So I'm just packing that on, and again just going backwards and forwards between the two. Now, a lot of the brushes that I use today are from Crown Brush, which are kind of a bit like a dupe for Morphe. And I'm also taking the shade Brick Road from that Alyssa Edwards palette. You may also find like a good yellow in Sugarpill, which is Butter Cupcake, or even like the Stacey Marie palette. It's got some good yellows in there too. And yeah, I'm just kind of blending those out and kind of softening anything. So I'm taking the black shade here, and I'm going to create like a wing with this, and this will help when I go and add more purple later on to kind of flatten up. There's Alex gyrating on me. Brilliant. I'm very much used to that. And yeah, so as you can see, I'm just using that black as a kind of guideline for when I put my purple on, so I know where I'm going, and I'm just blending between the two. And you know, like always, just go in and out with the colours. It's always best to put less on and build up. You will see there's quite a bit of fallout. That's because I don't take my own advice and I put more on than what I should. But yeah, I'm just kind of going in and out, and I'm using that Brick Road shade just to kind of blend out all the colours on the top to see what, to be honest, I was just going to see what happened, what kind of colour it would create, and it kind of blended out all right, yeah. And I'm just going back in with the shade Beast, which is the black shade from the Alyssa Edwards palette, and just kind of darkening that up, and again going back in with Believe as well, in and out. Now I'm using the matte liquid foundation in the shade Porcelain from Primark. Honestly, right, it's £3 and it's really good. Obviously, if you are, I don't really know how, in terms of quality of ingredients, but I've not had any breakouts from it. So if you are looking for a really cheap, affordable foundation, it's really good. Now on camera, it looks almost clown white, but it kind of adjusts, you know, like oxidizes over time, and it doesn't really look that bad in real life. And then eventually, by the end of the film, you'll see that I don't look like a ghost when I go to when it's all sorted. But it's a really good foundation, and I find that when you apply it with a sponge, it really locks in place. And I mean, I've worn this during a 9-hour shift, and the only thing without a mask, this was before, like, I'm thinking like last year, and you know, after like 8 hours, it's only started just to separate on my nose. I'd not one for bringing makeup in to work. Anyway, talking about setting things, I'm using that Revolution pressed powder just to go underneath my eyes, and I actually find this to be the only kind of powder that doesn't kind of create creasing. So I've got all these fancy powders, and this one was dead cheap that I got in Dundee, and it was really, it's doing all right. Anyway, I'm starting to cut the crease, and to begin with, I put it on with the concealer, and it just wasn't doing anything. It was getting muddy. So I used the Avon kind of a sativa oil just to remove and cut the crease so I have a base, and I'm just going to take a wet wipe just to kind of get the oil off, and I'm going to do that on both sides, and then I'm going to go in with my concealer and then have that as the base. Look at me getting ahead of myself, as I always do. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well wherever they are, and I hope you kind of like my voiceovers. There you go. You see there, I'm putting the concealer on, and I'm kind of just taking it ever so slightly, overlapping it onto the purple, because when I put the next shade on, which you'll see, I want to have something to tack onto when I put the purple back over. Now, I love the Stargazer Neon Dusts. They're amazing. They're so bright. So I'm just packing that on. Neon Dazzle Dusts are notoriously hard to work with, so you really have to have A, patience, and B, you just got to pack them on, because they do kind of move around. So yeah, I'm just packing that all over the lid. I'm trying really hard to like blend the two in, and yeah, there's a lot of fallout, as with any pigment, there's a lot of fallout. And there you go, I'm going back in with the purple from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Alyssa Edwards palette, and I think I actually use a little bit of Dream It in there. But yeah, I'm just kind of going over just to kind of try and blend out any harsh lines, and then again going back in with Beast just to kind of intensify everything back up, because sometimes I feel like you end up like over blending, which can do that quite a lot. Anyway, some NYX glitter glue and my new favorite company that I love to order from, which is the Pastel Roses UK. She's got some amazing stuff. This is the shade Purple Star, and it's a duochrome glitter, flaky glitter. Now, technically, you're not really supposed to put these around the eye, but hey, I do. So buyer beware, user beware. But look how pretty they are. My goodness. It just makes a look. And also, if you do make any mistakes, just cover them in glitter. Absolutely. Just cover them in glitter. No one will know. But they will know when they watch this, and they'll see how out of focus you are, because you're a terrible camera woman. But yeah, I'm just packing that all over. I will say I was quite liberal with this, so I did get a lot of fallout. So just obviously just be wary of that. I like to put my base on before I do anything like this, because when I go and do underneath the eyes, I don't want the foundation to go over the top of it. But yeah, that's me doing that. Come on. And I'm just kind of blending between the two as well. Again, I'm just very concerned about harsh lines. Now taking the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner. By the way, guys, I'll leave links to all the products that I've used down below. Some of them may be affiliate links, some of them may not. But if you want to support the channel, you can click through those links. And if you don't, that's absolutely fine. Anyway, line that waterline with some NYX charcoal, or should I say cool eyeliner. And then I'm just going underneath the eye with some of the purple again. Just starting to soften that out and add a bit more colour underneath the eye as well. It looks like I'm really jabbing it in there. I wasn't, but it does look like I'm really poking my eye with that when I'm looking back. Right, now we are having a little moment. I don't know, I should have edited this bit out. Oh, there we go. Now I'm taking, I love the Peaches brushes. So this is, I can't remember which, I think this is PC20. But yeah, I'm just using that to kind of buff out anything. And they're really good and they're great quality. And they're quite good value for money. Anyway, I'm buffing out the edges with some Believe. And then I'm also getting a little bit of the Black Beast on there just to kind of deepen that back out again. I'm so excited for Halloween. It's going to be a weird one this year. I mean, Halloween is weird, but like, you know, with everything that's going on. What are you guys doing for Halloween? Are you where you are, can you do trick-or-treating? Or are you just going to have a little party with the people who you live with? Who knows? Anyway, I'm just warming up my face. It looks incredibly intense, but again, it doesn't look that bad in real life. But I'm using the Hoola bronzer. As you can see, I am making quite a dint in that bronzer. I've had it for, God, I'm so embarrassed by this, but I've had it for about 4 years. Yeah, I got it on my first Christmas when I started at Lush, because I also worked at Benefit as well. Okay, sorting out my brows, because sometimes I'm terrible for getting stuff in that. And I've got the Crush on Blush palette from KVD. I'm just hitting the blusher on there because I really like the blusher from this palette. I actually quite like the highlighter, but it is quite chunky, so, you know, beware. Then taking Peaches Mermaid's pigment, which is beautiful. It's so reflective. Pop that in the inner corner. Then taking the Lisa Armstrong mascara. Not my favourite mascara, but it's quite nice when you put your lashes on because it's not, it coats the lashes, but it's not too crazy, if you know what I mean. It gives a little bit of colour to them, which is definitely, I need my lashes tinted or something. Anyway, using one of my favourite highlighters, this is the MAC Beaming Blush. This is about 3 years old as well. But I love the colour of it and it makes me look quite healthy. Taking some amazing lashes from Pound Lashes, PL24 I think it was. I'm just adding some glue to them, just letting them dry in the background. And then whilst I'm doing that, I'm just using the Praline lip liner from Peaches Pigment, or Peaches and Cream should I say, just from the outline. And then I'm going to take the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in Back Talk, and I'm just going to do that. I'm not a big fan of the really dark lip liner and lighter lips. I think they look like slugs. Anyway, here's me pouting, looking gorgeous. What do you think? Do you like it? Yes, my brows don't look as intense now, do they? Well, if you liked this video, give it a little thumbs up. And if you really liked it, you can subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 900 subscribers. I can't bloody believe it. And if you really like this, you can also follow me on Instagram for more makeup content. But I will see you next time. Bye.